It's still nothing there. All right. I'll go talk about how I blew the biggest job opportunity in my life this
Ooh,
past week.
I can't wait to talk about that. All right, so
Yep.
hello and welcome to Almost Dead, a podcast hosted by two 20-somethings who are going through their quarter-life crisis and just want to die. I'm Hunter,
I'm Zach.
and we're still here, so
Yeah.
lucky you, I guess. Yeah, so this is our second recording, but only first episode. We had to do a lot of cuts. We had no direction in the other one, and I think I may have been too stoned. So I'm going to try to be on track more so this time. We're going to cut out any drama that we may have had. We might even need to cut this explanation out. And then we're just going to try to make a podcast for you guys. So, woo, woo, woo. Zachary,
Yeah.
you want to go over our origin story?
So
Because you know it better than I do.
me and Hunter, we met, I think this was like 2017, 2018.
Might have been. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, sounds good.
We needed an extra person for Overwatch. And
Yeah, you guys knew me from school.
Well, I didn't know you yet. It was only
J&K.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone else
they
knew.
me.
They knew you, and we were like, "Hey, do you want to help us with Overwatch for competitive play?" You're like, "Yeah, sure."
You needed a tank.
And then the rest is history.
Yeah, man, the rest is documented on the internet somewhere.
All across
Yeah,
three
whether
of
it
my
be
channels.
yeah, live streams, podcasting, or whatever.
Yeah.
We've been documented before.
Yep.
Yeah, so we met over in community college after that as well, because I remember playing in parties with you guys for Overwatch, and then eventually everybody introduced each other to the college group, and that's when I met you, and I was like, this is the guy, this is the voice, okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Voice does not match the body at all.
No, you sound 3 inches taller.
Yeah, fuck you. Exactly. I am 5'7" and I sound 6 foot. But no, yeah, like it's like the rest is history from there. We for us, we have our moments of not communicating than communicating. It all depends on
Depends on how busy we are. Well, like you went away to school, and I graduated around the same time you went away, because I'm a little bit older than you, not by much, but so I was in and out before you for community college, and then you went away because you're a big college boy, and then COVID happened, but we'll get to that. But
well,
you went away to school.
Well, I was still at Suffolk for COVID.
Oh, okay. I just mixed up the timeline.
I
graduated and you didn't.
I went upstate, like 2021, 2 years ago.
Wow, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Think about that shit.
Yeah, I started upstate 2 years ago, which is like baffling.
Absolutely wild. So yeah, you ran a small podcast called The Smile Room. Unfortunately, the episodes aren't airing anymore, but I really enjoyed it. I thought you guys were really funny. But before that, we had two other podcasts. Me and you, well, you and Alex and Phil technically had.
Phil was never on. It was always you.
I know, but he was part of the original. He was on it before me, though. He was like a registered cast member before I joined in.
This is true.
For whatever reason.
This is very true.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about From Under?
Yeah, so From Under the Ring was just a wrestling podcast. Me and Alex had started in high school.
Wow. Oh, you guys would like play games and talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a weird road since we did it originally. We called ourselves Wrestle Talk News, but then there was another YouTube channel, big YouTube channel that was Wrestle Talks. We had to cut it out, and then we became From Under the Ring,
which is a great name, by the way.
Thank you.
Good name. I just wish that it took off for not even when I was on there. I wish it took off for you. Because like
Listen,
you're passionate about it, and it's a great name.
I have my other pro wrestling show, the Pro Wrestling Injection.
Yeah, which is also great.
Like I said, all these names, creative mind I have, but I can't write for shit because I have terrible grammar.
Oh no,
Um,
you have good storytelling. It's just your grammar's a little off, but once you have an editor, you'll be fine.
but yeah. So I now have that, but I had. Well, we had the Box Office Losers, which was our movie podcast
Yeah, we did
that
that for a bit too. That was fun.
that went for almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year, and most of it was just. So each episode consisted of like, hey, this movie we watched was good. Let's talk about it, and then we
Let's
would read the
read the
we
Wikipedia
would read the Wikipedia page,
and then
get
have
some
some
fun
opinions.
facts, and then at the end we'd have our opinions and reviews. Yeah. So I mean, out of the hour and a half of these episodes used to run, 45 minutes were solid because that was us like actual opinions, not just going. And then oh no, I forgot my work phone was on.
Oof.
It's off now. Yeah, so we would read the Wikipedia page, and then the other half would just be like us giving opinions. So it'd be like Die Hard. It's like, and this is why Bruce Willis wasn't allowed on the poster. And I was just like, we're just reading this verbatim here.
Yep.
But some people don't know these fun facts, and if you don't talk about stuff that's on the Wikipedia pages, if you get big, people in the podcast, like commenters, get wild. My buddy John runs a Marvel podcast for the Cinematic Universe, and man, if they miss an Easter egg or if they miss a reference, their audience eats them alive. So, like, when he
Well,
told
I
me
thought
about
that was
that,
gonna
that's when I
happen to
was like,
us.
oh, yeah, you never know. You always got to be prepared. So that's why I was always like, we're going to have as much information as possible so people can't come at us with, we didn't talk about this. Ugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, so that one lasted a bit, and then I ended up getting really busy. I was running 4 podcasts at one point. I was doing Box Office Losers with you. I was doing Farthest Galaxy. That was a Star Wars podcast. Great name. I was doing Pound That Button, which was a gaming podcast. And then I was doing Android's Amazing Podcast, which I still do. That's a comic book podcast. That one's a little bit less maintenance, though.
You're very busy when it comes to podcasting.
Well, because I just like talking to my friends, and it's like my friends are incentivized by a schedule. So
Yeah.
if I go, let's do something today and I'll record it, they're more inclined to do it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's a motivator, you know?
That's fair.
Because we were talking like party chats and stuff, and we're hilarious, but like, then all of a sudden, we're doing the episodes, and I'm just like, man, we got to stop like forcing it. I feel like we're forcing something. So yeah, I ended up dropping a bunch of the podcasts. Now I just do Androids, and now this one, if we can ever get one of these episodes out of the workshop.
Well, it's like, see, like a lot of the episodes that I have recorded for, like, see, I'm going back to the Smile Room.
Yeah.
Most of the episodes.
How many did you guys record?
I think
I
like
think
six.
I think only 4 or 5 came out.
I think we recorded 6. One episode I just couldn't edit, or I edited, never uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the episodes that we recorded, it was either me who was stoned.
Oh, did you guys take it off Apple?
No, it should still be on Apple.
Oh, weird. Oh, maybe it's not the Smile Room. Maybe it's just Smile Room.
I think we call it Smile Room, not the.
I don't know. I can't find it. But yeah, you only had a few episodes in there, only like a handful, and they were all really good. I liked your cast members. They were amusing. Yeah, and it was good to hear you in a podcast that wasn't one with me or about wrestling, which I like, but I'm not super into. It was just cool to hear you guys talk about dumb shit. It was very fun.
That's in. Yeah. Did they take us off?
It's possible. If you don't upload for a while, they might take you off. I don't know. Or maybe they flagged you. I don't know, man.
That's stupid. Well, we're still on Spotify.
Yeah, Spoofy.
And we're still on Apple Music. And we're still on... Not Apple Music, Amazon Music.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, you had 5 episodes. It was... Oh, you had 6 because you had the pilot.
Yeah, the pilot, that's right.
Yeah, pilot, Colts and Cartoons, Our Fucked Childhoods. That was probably my favorite. Off the Rails, Sad and the Funnies, and the very late episode, which I also enjoyed.
Yeah, because everything was titled after certain things that we talked about.
Oh, of course. That's how a lot of these shoot the shit podcasts really roll. It's like you say a few funny lines, and one of them becomes the title of the podcast.
But yeah, I think like the most memorable line, either from the pilot or from Colts and Cartoons, was us since we had ordered food.
Mhm.
I think they gave us like a weird dressing. It was very viscous and watery.
Ooh, fun, like cum.
Yeah, that's what we titled it as, and then I forgot how it led to this,
The cum
but
dressing.
I said no, I'm not go-girding my cock.
Go girding your guy. Sometimes
I
you just got to get all the rest of it out there. You know, you got to.
I forgot how it led there, but like it was. I miss doing that podcast a lot because it was with very close friends.
Yeah, is it
And
just
it
a
was
scheduling thing now?
It's a major scheduling thing now.
Everybody's got jobs.
Not me.
Well, you're working on stuff, and you're also going back to school, so you're allowed to be a little lazy on the job front if you have other things that take up your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, can't knock you for going to school, you know.
True. I'm almost done. I should be graduating in the fall.
Rock and roll, man.
So yeah.
What are you doing? TV radio still, or just switch it over to writing?
TV radio with a lot of writing classes I've had.
Well, yeah, a lot of the TV stuff, like your TV classes will cover the writing because you're writing for TV and doing production as well. The radio is mostly production side, right?
Well, no, I don't have those classes anymore. I just have a lot of the like business insider stuff, like children, women, and minorities in media, social networking, and stuff like that.
To help you run an effective business or an effective role in a TV or radio. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't have any more of those lab classes.
Oh man, those are the fun ones.
Well, I took all of them
at host the radio station.
Well, I did all of them at Suffolk, and do I think that they taught me anything?
Sometimes.
Kind of, depending on who was my teacher.
Yeah, the guy who helps you with the wrestling stuff, he was a good one, right?
Yeah. Now I can discuss with you the biggest job flop I ever had.
Yeah, so what did you lose out on? Because if it's something huge, I'm going to scream at you.
Oh, well, this comes at the fault of Gmail, might I add. So before anything, this is at the fault of Gmail.
You're going to blame Google?
Oh, I will. So a wrestler put out that he was looking for a YouTube editor.
Yeah, which wrestler? Can you say or no?
I can say, Ethan Page.
I don't know who that is. What do they do? Are they AEW?
AEW.
Okay.
And he does vlogs. He does like toy hunts and stuff like that. He's
like a big YouTube guy. Okay.
So he had put out that he's looking for a YouTube editor. Mm-hmm. And the way that you had to like apply for this, you had to go through his booking site. So fill out your name, email, stuff like that. I did all of that. I said, like, here's my credentials. Here's what I know. He got back to me.
Okay, that's awesome.
But it ended up in my spam folder.
So he got back to you, and then you didn't check it for like a week?
No, for like 4 days.
And somebody scooped it?
Probably.
Probably?
I would like to assume so. Someone probably got it because
he ignores you, or?
Well, no, because I responded to the email.
Yeah.
I have not gotten a response back.
Oh man, you should put together a video and just send it to him.
He wants certain types of videos because he wants to do like YouTube Shorts and the Instagram Reels, so he kind of wants to do like the phone aspect ratio. He goes like, "Do you know how to edit in that?" I'm like, I can learn.
Bitch, I can do it.
It's very easy.
Learn.
I'm just so mad that ended up in my spam folder.
You should hit him up in a few weeks. Just be like, hey, just reaching back out, like, you know, here's this video I edited for you based off content that you made already.
Yeah, I was just so frustrated because I want to be able to work from home and shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's what I do currently, and it's fantastic.
And
I work in insurance, but you know, I get to work from home, so it's pretty solid overall.
Yeah, just seeing that email, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I was so mad.
Now. Okay, yeah, I see him. Ethan Page, Toy Hunts vlogs. Oh, he was with Kevin Smith recently. That's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, you should
he's
like
a big nerd.
you should get a bunch of his toy hunt vlogs and chop together like a best of, and then send it to him.
I could try that.
Because like me sitting here, if I was a fan of him and I saw that he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 6 most recent videos, 5 of them are toy hunts, and they're all over 30 minutes long. I don't want to sit there and watch all 30 minutes of each episode just to catch up on what he's doing, you know. So I would like to have like highlight reel, coolest stuff he's got, funniest jokes, Kevin Smith short, just like
yeah.
So you could maybe download some of these.
I know. I'll try to put together
a best of,
or try to put together stuff that he wanted in that aspect ratio for like stuff like that.
Yeah, how long ago did he send this?
The email was sent the 13th.
So that was what, 2 weeks ago?
About.
So yeah, the last video he put up was 13 days ago and then 6 days ago. And he had a big break in between those. He had a 2-week break basically in between those. So he was definitely looking around that time. He might have somebody now, or he might just be like putting it out there.
Yeah, but here's what happened. So I pretty much I submitted everything. I said, "Hi, I see you're offering a job to be an editor, and I feel as though I can fit that. Great. I have editing experience in Final Cut and Premiere Pro, which is I do." He then responded out saying, "Do you have Final Cut Pro X?" Which is I do. I have that on my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And are you familiar with reels and shorts, that aspect ratio? Can you provide me any work to see?
Yeah, he released 4 shorts that are all like clips of him.
I submitted 2 things. One thing I did for school. Another thing was my wrestling matches that I edited and shot for.
Yeah, the one where you had that job.
Yeah. So I submitted those things.
Okay, yeah, those are good. That's like a good showcase of your editing talents. But if you really want to hit this guy's ego, you gotta edit some of his videos to be like best ofs. Because besides you having the like power to do it, you should just do it anyway for him and just be like, look, this is something you could have if you have me. While yes, we can do shorts, we can also do compilations of like all your other videos.
Yeah, do like a year-end review stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm saying you should hit it up. Like he's got like how many toy hunts? He's got like what, 6 videos on here now.
A lot of toy hunts. He used to do vlogs, but now he does toy hunts.
5, 6, 7.
A lot of toy hunts.
8, 9 toy hunts. If you can throw those into one, like coherent 40-minute episode of like the best stuff. I mean, to be fair, I haven't watched them. I'll probably check one out just to see if I can help you out in any more. But and just looking at these, it's just like, all right, I see you've got some of these, and they're too long. So.
Well, I watch them for background noise, but
then you like that kind of stuff though.
Yeah.
Like you like him as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just an outsider looking in, and if I'm trying to get into this, I want shorter form content for things I may have missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with Twitch streamers when they get like their January clips, best of. So it's just like, if I miss some streams, I can get some good stuff from this.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Twitch, I watched someone play backyard baseball, like recently.
Like the backyard baseball, like on the old PC ROMs.
Yep.
Oh man.
He this guy's name is Will Neff. He did stuff for G4 when G4 was around.
Oh yeah, the new G4 or the old G4?
Like the new G4 that was on Twitch. It was good stuff.
I like the Completionist. I like he's a good boy, and Xavier Woods, my guy.
Yeah, that's
my guy.
That's your only grasp to wrestling.
I got an Xavier Woods toy, and I picked up the comic book based off the New Day. I'm in.
Well, yeah. So this guy's name is Will Neff. Really funny person. So his objective was to pick the worst players in backyard baseball and have a bad news bear situation and lead them to the World Series.
Did he do it?
Yep, and he won the World Series.
Yeah. Did he have Pablo in there? Because Pablo's lit. Oh.
No. He has to have the worst players.
Oh, absolutely garbage. Not like ones he thinks are dumb.
The only player that was good that he had was Petey Wheels, or Pete Wheeler.
Mhm.
He goes, the only reason why we picked up Pete Wheeler is because he has a severe learning disability.
Oh man.
He may be one of the best players, but that is the only reason why we picked him up.
Oh, he has a lot more toy hunt videos than I thought. His most recent ones are mostly toy hunts, though.
He has a lot. He used to do vlogs, but now he does strictly toy hunts.
Oh, that's probably because it's what gets him the most views.
True, and also cheat day meals.
Oh, cheat meals for people that got great bodies are awesome.
Well, no, he used to be a thick boy. He used to be a really, really thick boy. Then he dropped all the weight, and now he just consumes so much food in one day.
You know, he's like The Rock. It's a diet thing, man. If you consume so much meats and proteins, you burn it all off with your 6-hour workout, and it's like nothing happened.
Well, no, if you...
The Rock eats like 4 pounds of salmon at like 3 in the morning because he's a crazy person.
Well, if you look at the way how Ethan Page looked, I think back in like 2019.
I'm scrolling. I see a couple where he's got like a bigger chin area like me, but then I see some. So I think they're just out of time. I just think.
I'm trying to like go through like Google images because there was a time. There's a time where he was big.
Mm.
Like he was still like muscular, but like he was chunky.
Yeah, he was a bit bigger. It's understandable. I mean, he turned a lot of it into muscle for wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Impact Wrestling as well before he hit AEW, it looks like. Or is that the same thing?
Yeah, he was at Impact before hitting AEW.
And what is Impact? More of an indie circuit?
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, no. That's TNA. If you remember, like...
Tits and ass?
God damn it. I saw that one coming from a mile away, but I just...
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm seeing... Yeah, he posted a video 2 years ago, how to lose weight and get jacked, and it's him a little bit bigger, and then it's him ripped. Okay, yeah, I see the comparison. Yeah, he's still muscular, but he's a muscular big guy, as opposed to, like, just a muscle guy that he is now.
That's what I'm trying to aim for.
Big muscle guy?
Yeah, well, like, still have, like, the dad bod, but have, like, arms.
Yeah, have the ability to lift things. Yeah. Right now, I just have the dad bod. I need to work on my lift ability. I was carrying furniture around, and I hurt myself the other day. I was like, damn, I'm weak.
I can say that I have really strong legs. I can say that because I walk a lot.
Strong legs.
Never skip leg day.
Oh yeah, my leg. I'm fat. For a big guy, I'm pretty fast. That's surprising.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not like doing any races or anything, but like when you look at me, you don't think I'm fast-ish, and I'm fast enough. If I'm getting chased by a serial killer, I can get away. But he'll catch me around the next block because I'm out of breath. You know what I mean?
See, I'm pretty fast, but I'm not that fast. I can hold my own in a race for like 2 minutes. And then,
yeah, man, it's a stamina thing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, my stamina's been a lot better for other reasons, but I'm seeing. Oh yeah, here's some of his old Monster Mafia hitting the Loch Ness Lowdown. It's crazy. You should So how often, this is me talking about Ethan Page again, how often does he go out on AEW? Is he still in the circuits?
Yeah, he has a big story right now with someone, so...
Why don't you edit those clips? And, like, because I'm looking down at, like, below it, I'm all the way down his first ever videos. He had a music video as his first ever one. It's 3 minutes. It's called Willie Mack versus Ethan Page. But, like, a lot of his older videos are, like, wrestling matches and, like, his special moves, and then it goes into, like, him doing
well, I don't want to create a highlight reel of his moves. I would have to, like, do, like, just a highlight reel.
Not just of his moves. I'm saying, like, his last, like, 6 matches. I don't see any, like, I mean, unless they're on, like, the AEW page, like, most of his videos aren't, like, wrestling related. And while his YouTube channel is more towards toys and he wants to do shorts, you can't forget your roots. Maybe once a month he posts up a monthly, like, highlight reel of clips that were edited together from his shows of that month. Like, his January events, he posts them up. This is something you can pitch to him.
I know. And
you don't got to give me credit. If people listen to this episode, they'll know.
I think he wants to, like, with how his how his channel's going,
Mm-hmm.
I think he wants to strictly stick with toy hunts.
Oh no, I totally understand that as well. If he's looking for a different direction, but if you send him like a compilation of his wrestling clips, he might be able to get you a job in AEW or in another wrestling channel. He's in the world that you want to be in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just because you have his contact information is what I'm basically saying. Like,
Yeah, I have
this
his
is like
shoot
a little
name.
exploitive, you know?
I have his real name.
Oh, Ethan Page is just a stage name?
Yep. I have his real name.
Let me guess. Is it Aaron?
Nope.
Damn.
I'll
You don't gotta tell me. You don't gotta. Yeah, text me. You don't gotta tell me though. But
I have his shoot name, and I'm like, come on.
No, but yeah, he should really like. I mean, even if he doesn't take it and he's just like, thanks, man, but I don't care. Like, at least now you did some editing on it, and if you find out that you enjoy it, you can do it for other people, and someone else will hire you. Or you can just keep using your connections, build your way up to. Oh, I can understand with that last name why he'd want to get rid of it. Not because it's bad, just because doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
His first name is. I'm surprised he doesn't use that one.
Eh.
I think. I mean, there might be too many in wrestling now, though. I think there's like 3 I could think of that have that name. So understandable.
Yeah, that's his shoot name. I got that. I was like, okay, I did not think.
You're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Because so like back when when pro wrestlers were getting fired out the ass at WWE,
Mm-hmm.
Zack Ryder, or otherwise known as Matt Cardona,
Mm-hmm.
was also putting out feelers to get interviewed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what, screw it. Let me see if I can get him interviewed for the Sports Hit List. And I had reached out. Turns out his manager at the time was Brian Myers, otherwise known as Kurt Hawkins,
Mm-hmm.
another wrestler. So I had Brian Myers in my emails saying, "Hey, sorry, we're not really interested."
No. Have you hit up Ethan about interviewing? That could be fun.
I could probably. I don't want to do that now.
No, wait until you pitch him more on your your clips ideas.
I'm gonna shoot him some emails. I'm gonna make some videos in the aspect ratio that he was asking for.
You could also see if he wants to do not with you, but you can see if he wants to do a podcast, because you have podcast editing experience more than anything else. So like you could be like, hey, if you want to do podcasts, you could pitch him on a podcast and be like, I'll do the editing as long as you send like, because you know how so do you know who Stavros Halakis is? He's a comedian. He was in Cumtown, now he's on Stavi's World. This is a new podcast. He has his buddy Eldis who sits in the kind of like your mom's house where like they have somebody that sits in like the booth and edits while they talk. You could like sit in the group, only speak when spoken to, and then get all the audio. You can even bring them into Zencaster because it's easier. You can all see each other, and you just sit there silently while they talk. Because he can interview his AEW wrestler like pals, and you could have like a legit like you'd be editing the AEW official podcast. Like, pitch this.
Yeah.
Be like, hey man, I have a lot of podcast experience editing. You know, here's a few that I've edited together. Post the best ones that have like sound effects and good sound quality, if you have any still saved.
There's no sound effects on any of them that we've done.
Well, dude, you did a really good editing job at Oh, you don't remember? Oh no, you do.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You did a really good job on that one. You fucking worked with all my bullshit.
That killed my computer, I feel.
Yeah, what made you get a new one?
That's what that was a 40-minute episode. It took me 4 hours to edit that.
And I appreciate your commitment. But yeah, no, man, you got a lot of experience in the editing world, and I think you could finesse your way into a better job than doing these YouTube shorts. You might be able to be his podcast production manager. You could be his wrestling editor. And then once people see that Ethan Page has the Zach Droll guy who's like doing really good work, they'll hit you up and you'll get one from freaking AJ Styles who's like, hey, man, can you edit my clips? And you'll be like, yeah, man, I'm fucking sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's all about who you know, dude. Don't abuse this because I mean, this sounds like me telling you to abuse it. I'm not saying do that, but he offered up. You know, you're still in communication with him. It's still,
Yeah.
you know, something. And if he ignores you, he ignores you. But it can't hurt to be like, hey, man, I understand if the job's already taken, but here's my last shot. If you ignore me, I understand.
Fair.
Yeah, you can be like podcasting. And so I'm looking at the AEW YouTube channel now, and it's just like 5 or 6 minute clips of some of their shows. They should have like, I feel like they don't have any.
They do have a podcast.
No, not a podcast. They don't have like compilations of like stuff.
Well, no, because it's all because everything that you see, like the 5 minute clips, are just highlights from the show.
Yeah. I'm seeing there's a New Year's Smash. There's Dark. There's Dynamite. I'm seeing all like the highlights. I get it.
Yeah.
Page. But I feel like, I mean, this is just me trolling content creators. Just like your audience wants more. Like I understand highlights are great, but
if you
some of the best, in one giant video instead of six mini ones.
Instead of like that, you also have like remember they have a games channel now, so they have gaming content.
And also like ad revenue, you don't get like any money for any videos under 10 minutes. So half these clips are like,
does not need the money. They're like a $1 billion company right
any
now.
revenue is good revenue, man. Never say no to money. Like
True.
Hey man, so I'm just saying, use your connections. You can
easily. I'm gonna work on that. I said I want to try and just edit shit because fuck.
Yeah, so you blew that job interview because Gmail threw it in spam.
Yes.
Which is unbelievable. Like, why would Gmail do that? Like, I get emails from random shit all the time that use spam. So?
Because it's from a booking email. I'm like, come on.
So weird. Well, it sucks, but you can definitely hit them up after that. Google fucked me. Now you're pissed at Google.
Oh, I'm fuming at Google right now. I'm so mad.
Did I just become an intern at Google to sabotage it from the inside?
They just like they made me miss the biggest job opportunity in my life.
One of the biggest. You might be able to get another one soon.
True.
I mean, you could also use this as an opportunity to see if other wrestlers are looking for content creation on a YouTube scale.
That too.
Like if Ethan Page is looking, why aren't other guys looking? Like Orange Julius, Orange Cassidy?
Nah, he doesn't do YouTube stuff. He does Twitch. Oh. That's about it.
Hey man.
He just does Twitch stuff.
He wants to be on YouTube.
Well, no, he does like reactionary content on Twitch. Like kind of like old game shows, old MTV shows.
Oh, it's a nostalgia thing for him. He's like, remember this shit from my childhood? Oh man, it sucks.
So this happened yesterday. This is like completely off topic of jobs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So someone had posted on Twitter because they had bought Space Jams, like the new one, and they had put on and they put on
shoes?
Space Jams.
Jammy? Like
Space
the movie?
Jams, yes.
Okay.
Someone had bought the movie.
Okay.
Well, they had put like the like the digital code on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And I snagged it. Fucking standard definition.
Oof.
And I'm like, shit, man. He goes, yeah, I just bought the normal DVD of this. I didn't buy the Blu-ray.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, because do you think I want to buy the Blu-ray? Fuck no. I'm gonna buy the standard DVD.
Yeah, he's like, why the fuck would I spend my time doing this?
So I now just have Space Jam: A New Legacy on my fucking Movies Anywhere in standard definition.
Just like a basic ass movie.
Like, cool.
Hey man,
am
I have a
few
movies like that. No, I watched it on HBO. Didn't we watch it on HBO Max?
Yes, we did, and we reviewed it, and we said it was terrible.
Because it was.
It was so bad.
I mean, to be fair, when LeBron was animated like Looney Tunes, that was cool.
Yeah.
But once they got into the real world, pass.
Well, yeah, I don't know what else to really think about, because like right now I'm watching Breaking Bad, waiting for Always Sunny to get done production so they can release the new season.
They haven't had a new season in a bit, man. I mean, I understand COVID. Don't get me wrong; that was like a huge thing for everybody. But season 15 came out in 2019.
No, like 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me check Hulu. Oh, I'm glad you're gonna sit in silence for me to do that.
No, going off by the Always Sunny podcast, they're starting filming like soon or probably.
Oh yeah, they are doing a podcast too, and I know that each one of them is like busy doing other shows. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah,
okay.
Unfortunately, Glenn Howerton is on Velma.
Yeah, Glenn's on Velma. He might also be in the MCU soon. Fingers crossed.
Who's he gonna play?
He might be Mr. Fantastic.
Oh my God!
A lot of people are talking about it, and I
wouldn't mind that.
He'd be really good. He's got like that I'm smarter than everybody face. Like, have you seen AP Bio?
I love AP Bio.
AP Bio
that was
slaps.
my introduction.
That's like
really.
That's like his Reed Richards audition.
See, I'm also on the I'm in the camp of Jonathan Krasinski doing.
I'd be fine for him to come back as well, but he said that he hasn't heard anything. But
allegedly,
we'll see. Yeah, I know they can't say anything. Andrew Garfield was preaching for 2 years that he wasn't in No Way Home, yet there he was. So
that's because all
NDAs. I get it.
NDAs.
There. You know, well, yeah, but a lot of it could have been played up to like Photoshop, and at least that's what he was saying. Like, oh, it's Photoshopped. Oh, that's an old set photo. Like, why would I have the same suit? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's just like, I wouldn't mind Glenn Howerton as Mr. Fantastic though. That sounds really fun. I'm all for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Glenn Howerton, Mr. Fantastic would be great. Who else is in the running? Rudy Pankow might be Human Torch. He's one of the guys from Outer Banks. I prefer Zachary Montgomery, but that's just me. Jason Segel might be Ben Grimm, and who is? What would you know her from? Did you see the movie Free Guy?
Yes.
Jodie, the female protagonist in the game, she might be Sue Storm.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but it also might be Samara Weaving, which is my choice, and then Mr. Fantastic might also be Penn Bagley from You.
Okay.
He'd be a good choice too. So yeah, a lot of the runners are like people that look like Glenn Howerton. So I'm like, just pick him, just do it.
It's also I do feel bad for him with this Velma thing. Let's just dive into
because
Velma.
he got brought into a Scooby-Doo property, awesome, but he also chose to continue forward when he found out it was not great. But then again,
he probably already signed the contract.
Money, contracts, yeah. It's also VA work, and it's not like it's his project, so it's not really going to besmirch his, writing and acting acuity. Because we see It's Always Sunny, we know he's great, so it's not his fault.
I'm also surprised AP Bio got canceled because AP Bio was pretty fun.
It was a Peacock. It was a Disney thing.
Disney thing, really?
Yeah. So I believe it was on Fox or ABC. One of them. They're owned loosely by Disney, and Disney didn't want any of those properties continuing forward because they didn't get any of the money. So after season 2, when the merger went through, it got canned. But then Peacock picked it up for a third season, and then, Peacock is mid. So
no, it was always on NBC.
NBC? I thought it was ABC.
Yeah. No,
Either way, NBC is not a great TV network. I mean, what is it?
Yeah.
Abbott Elementary is really good, but I think that's on.
That's ABC.
Yeah.
I liked AP Bio because
AP Bio slapped.
Sure, I knew about Always Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
This was my first introduction to Glenn Howerton as an actor.
Oh, dude, have you seen him in Fargo?
I did not see him in Fargo.
So it's not the movie; it's the TV show Fargo they did back in 2014. It's made by the Coen brothers still. Season 1 is Martin Freeman, Billy Bob Thornton, and Glenn Howerton. And he plays a character, fantastic. It's an anthology, so each season is different. Like season 1 is Freeman and Billy Bob. Season 2 is Patrick Wilson. Season 3 has 2 Ewan McGregors. Season 4 has Chris Rock. So it's Fargo's crazy. They're still working on season 5, I think.
I'm happy though that these actors are getting their flowers now. Like Charlie.
Oh yeah. Charlie's the biggest one out of all of them.
Yeah. Charlie popped off with Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, it was Horrible Bosses. Then he was in the first Pacific Rim movie, and then he was just in a bunch of other stuff like
Yeah.
voice acting, and then he was in what was it? Uh, uh, the the one where
He
he's
was.
a teacher that's fighting Ice
Oh yeah,
Cube.
yeah, yeah. Fist fight.
Fist fight. Yeah, I wanted to call it food fight, but I was like, no, they're fighting.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's like
so yeah, like he was
he
going
popped
around.
off. What's
Mhm.
odd is you would think Rob would get the more
Oh, he's more of a writer.
well,
He's like one of the head writers
but
on
he
the
has the
Silver Sun.
look. He has the
Well,
look.
he's it's because he's hot.
Yes.
He's got like a good face,
Mm-hmm.
and then now his body's really good because he's working out. But he's mostly a writer. But now he's got Mythic Quest, which, to be fair, one of his shows, but he's still in it.
Yeah.
And him and Rickety Cricket is also one of the other writers. David Hornsby, I think his name is. They do Mythic Quest, and then also Welcome to Wrexham, which more of a documentary style, but he's still in it. I feel like McElhenney hasn't been in a lot of movies though, has he?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm going in now. Oh, dude, Velma's the worst rated on
Oh, I know.
on IMDb. It's got a
He
1.3.
beat out that Dragon Ball Z live action movie for the worst rated thing.
That's hard to beat because that's like genuinely terrible. At least the
That was a
animation in
2.3.
Velma's good.
It was a
Like,
2.3.
yeah.
It was the lowest rated thing, and then
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like as much shit as we're about to give Velma, the animation, the art
it's
team is
Family Guy
good.
animation.
No, it's not. It's more like it's more like the Harley Quinn animation, except with
Yeah.
it's a slightly different style because the other ones look more like people and these ones look more like cartoons. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh yeah, I'm looking at McElhenney right now. He doesn't do much. He's been in a few TV shows, and then obviously It's Always Sunny kicked off, and he's just been showing up in some shows. He was in like 5 or 6 movies, it looks like, but no, not big roles. He was in one episode of Game of Thrones playing an uncredited background character. Oh, he was in Fargo. That's cool. I didn't know that. And then yeah, Mythic Quest and It's Always Sunny. Those are the big ones.
Didn't if I remember correctly, that didn't like the Game of Thrones people wanted the Always Sunny cast to make a cameo in Game of
Yeah,
Thrones?
I mean, I know they got him. Let me see if they're all in that one episode. It's episode 1 in season 8 that McElhenney's in. Let me see if anyone else is there because they're all listed as uncredited. Because they're all just like background people in makeup.
Yeah.
No, it looks like just McElhenney's in there as an uncredited. Oh, and Martin Starr, he's there too.
Hmm.
Yeah, Martin Starr's funny. He's one of the teachers in Spider-Man. He is
I know
Okay,
who it
I'm
is.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to list off things you know. Have you seen Silicon Valley? You'd love that.
Not yet. Like so, I'm working on shows to finish. Like I want to finish up Breaking Bad. I want to watch that entire universe.
Yeah, Silicon Valley is great. That's got Kumail. That was like his springboard. And man, like in the last season of that, he's ripped because he's training for Eternals in the last season.
Yeah.
So like he goes from being like a thin guy to like the last season where he's huge. And they make a joke out of it, and he says something stupid, just like Chris Pratt did in Parks and Rec, where he comes back from being Andy to Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And Ben's like, "How'd you lose so much weight?" He's like, "I just stopped eating beer and donuts." And it's like, okay, sure.
Oh, I watched The Big Sick
Oh,
recently.
that's a great movie. That's like his life story.
I know since
And Ray Romano's in it.
since the guy that was doing the backyard baseball, he does like movie nights on Twitch for like the watch alongs with Amazon Prime. And we watched that movie, and like that was so good. I finally got to see where the scene was of, can I just get a hamburger with 4 slices of cheese? I can't do that, sir.
Give me cheese.
What's this we? What do you mean we? Just give me 4 pieces of fucking cheese.
What's this we?
We can't do that, sir. God damn it. I finally got to see where that scene was from, because I seen it all over TikTok. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's a real good one.
That was a really good movie. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that back in not 2017, but
It's whenever it
I
came
believe it
out.
released in 2017. I think I saw it late, 2018, 2019. Either way, I saw it like a year after it came out because it's not one of the things that I wanted to see in theaters.
Yeah.
Mostly because I was single at the time, or like just about to start dating my wife, and I just didn't want to watch a sad movie. And then eventually I ended up watching it because Kumail was like, "It's on Pornhub," and I was like, "Guess I'll watch it." So
It's like
it was
cool.
on Pornhub. I don't know if it's on there now. Let me check.
Well then,
Hey man, let
everything's
the
on
audience
Pornhub
know.
these
There's
days.
a lot of boobies today. The Big Sick. See if it's still there. Oh nah, it's all just like
Sick people
people
porn.
pretending to be sick and then banging. Like, oh, I'm sick.
Oh, stepmom.
Suck my dick and I'll be fine. Oh, there's this new machine that looks pretty cool. All right, let's get off here.
That's crazy.
It's like a blowjob machine. It's wild.
Okay.
Hey man,
Okay.
it's on the front page. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, man, the Big Sick was great. I just watched on the menu, and it is wild. So the trailer makes it look more like not like a Hunger Games, like the world's greatest game or whatever, where it's like you got to hunt the people, but it's
Mm.
less about that and more about the experience. It's about a bunch of rich people, and then Anya Taylor Joy, they get brought to this island that has a restaurant on it, owned by Ralph Fiennes, and he just makes a bunch of meals and is very creepy the whole time. I don't want to spoil anything for you or the
Yeah.
audience, but when I say creepy, I mean like it goes from like here to here in like 20 minutes,
Well, see,
and then it
like,
just goes like a ladder.
so you told me before recording I should watch it high.
Oh, for sure, because like I didn't watch it high. It's still a great movie, but
Mm.
I feel like I didn't get anything out of it, mostly because I wasn't like sitting there just like, okay, I get it.
See,
Uh-huh.
I would love to do that, but I need to wean off my edibles for a bit because I got violently ill this past Wednesday.
Oh yeah?
So like I
Did you
had so
have
I
too many?
no I took one after I was done with my pro wrestling show, which was like 11:30 at night,
Why would you do that?
because it also
What time
helps me
did you go to
sleep.
bed? Oh, okay. Well, do
It
you
helped.
take it for sleep, or do you take it like? Do you have? So
Well,
I have
I take it.
THC for chilling, and
I
I have
take it.
CBD for sleeping.
So I take it for both like the feeling of it, and sometimes it helps me get more comfortable in bed to go to sleep.
Oh yeah, last night I passed out like a fucking baby.
But I also ate way too much food after consuming this edible,
Yeah, with my
and
edibles, you have to eat a big greasy meal after for it to hit you hard. Otherwise, it just hits you slow, and it's just like a nice float. So I'm
so
floating right now, but
I am
I like hitting the brick wall. It's always fun to just be like,
I
"Oh, I'm
had
fucked."
I had like consumed, so I think I had like half a bag of sun chips left, ate that
Okay,
whole entire thing,
I feel that.
passed out, but then I woke up to feed my cat at
At
six
what
o'clock.
time? 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's when
So,
like she wakes me up to feed
so
her.
you finished your pro wrestling show, ate a gummy, devoured a bag of chips,
Passed
passed
out.
out, and then woke up there. My cat wakes me up at 6:30 to get fed, and I'm like, "You son of a bitch, give me an hour. 7:30 is when I wake up. Just give me an hour."
So
That's a little
I do
asshole.
that. I do that, and like I'm making her food. I'm putting it into her bowl,
Mhm.
and I just feel it creep up my chest, and I'm like,
You're like, oh, the vibe, the high, the
see,
bomb.
I don't make it to the toilet. In my
Oh, you got
house,
morning sickness. Are you sure you're not pregnant?
fuck you. So in my house, we have like the bathroom. Then we have a separate like dressing room is what they call it. It's
Yeah.
where there's another sink in there and stuff like that.
Oh, I wish my apartment had that. I got one bathroom, no
So
sinks.
I just
Oh,
make it to what is considered my sink,
mhm.
and I'm just over my sink. Am I done? Nope.
Yeah, I
Am I
haven't,
done?
I haven't
Nope.
thrown up while high in a very long time. I think it was
It
years ago. I'm pretty
sucked.
controlled with what I do. Like the last time I like got fucked up was the other day, dude. So Courtney, that's my wife. She has a couple friends at work, and one of them is dating a deaf person. But this deaf person is a stoner. So when I found out about that, I was like, "There's no way I'm not smoking with this person right now." So we've been hanging out with them, and she's hilarious, but she's deaf, so there's a barrier of like she
Yeah.
can read lips pretty well, and her hearing aids work some of the times, but every once in a while it's like tough to communicate because I don't know sign language. I just met her like a month ago. I
Yeah.
might learn basic stuff for her just to be nice and accommodating, but at the same point, she doesn't really care too much. She's like, "You're trying, so I appreciate it." But like, dude, getting high with someone who has like a essentially a language barrier is insane.
Mm,
Like it's wild. You gotta experience it when when you come to visit. I'll try to plan something where
mm.
we can all just chill and smoke, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. It's awesome.
But so back to the disgusting part of my life
Yeah,
that day. I was throwing a paste. It was
like
not liquid. It was just like
like
mashed up
solid.
food. It was like a paste.
Oh. I mean, I'd rather throw up paste than bile because if you're throwing up bile, you might be like sick. If you're throwing up food, you just ate too much.
Yes, thankfully it all went down the drain. As far as I know, for all I know, maybe that fucking sink is clogged to
Like
shit now.
somewhere in there, like at the bottom of you know when the
Yes.
pipes come down and there's like
Yeah.
that middle. Yeah, it
Yeah.
might be sitting in there somewhere.
But yeah, I was just like that day I was like fuck. But of course
That
I
means you woke up high. I haven't woken up high in a couple weeks.
this was my first time waking up high ever.
Really, I've done it like 3 or 4 times. One time I got mega super duper stoned off like too many edibles. This was years ago, and I woke up stoned, and I was like, "This should not be a thing." I slept for like 10 hours. Why do I feel like this?
Because like
Am
I also I woke up with the worst cotton mouth of my life.
Oh yeah, because you're like,
Not even like there was no spit in my mouth at all. It was
oh.
Sahara desert dry.
Yeah, I usually bring a water bottle when I go to bed when I'm super duper stoned because I'm just like, just in case.
Yeah, I did that, and will I get high again? Yes, because these right here are really good. These Delta Munchies will, for
I got these.
yeah, because you got the stuff from like
Yeah.
that's actually legal in your
Yeah, I got
state.
THC Delta 10. I don't know, man. I read somewhere that it's not legal, but they have stores that advertise this all the time. So I'm like, I guess I found the wrong one or an old one, but whatever. Dude,
I
oh, sorry. Finish your story, and I got
This is
something to
Delta
say.
8, by the way. This is Delta 8 stuff.
Yeah, I
So
don't
it's
know
like
what
so
the
it's like
difference
CBD.
is. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. Is it like the
Sativa.
higher the number is like the more?
Sativa is Delta 8. That's more of the body high.
Oh, okay. You like just to be floaty. I like to be stupid.
Well, this makes me stupid. I have a
Okay.
Snapchat of me where I was like because so I have an Apple Watch, and you
Mhm.
can have like there's a walkie-talkie feature on here where your friends can just talk to you from like a bit from a good chunk of miles away.
That's awesome.
And I had put into our group chat on Discord, I am high as fuck right now. Then my
Someone
friend
walkie
goes,
talkie me.
and then my friend goes, "Oh, this is the best opportunity." She hops on the walkie-talkie and just goes, "I'm in your walls. I'm in your walls." And I'm like, ah,
Is that one of the ones
yeah,
from the smile room?
yeah.
Ah, I was gonna
I
say
was
that
like,
makes sense.
I
That's
was like,
chaotic energy right there.
But then I send her a Snapchat, and it's just me like, duh.
Oh man, you got fucked. You got
That's all I
smashed.
did.
That
I
sucks.
couldn't speak properly.
Oh man, I love getting those days every once in a while, but I'm able to control myself pretty well. I mean, I'm a big boy, so I feel like my tolerance level's high. Plus, I do it almost all the time now, at least
Yeah.
with the gummies. So I build up a decent tolerance. Sometimes I just get a headache, which I hate. Like I
I try to
I
kill
get
my
stoned, but
tolerance.
the stones is just a headache, and I'm just like, oh. I try to kill the tolerance, but some days I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna be stupid. So
Because I enjoy these, but also I hate the flavor because it's an overpowering weed flavor, and it's
oh no, I got
gross as
peach
shit.
ring. I only have a weed aftertaste. I don't have like a weed. It's like tastes like just a peach ring, and then after like you're about to finish it, you're like, oh, there it is.
Well, see, like those peach rings back the ones that we had at Suffolk that Sean had,
Yeah.
the one that Sean got royally fucked up off of.
Well, that's because he did too much because he doesn't know. He didn't know his limits at the time.
I will never forget that night. I was in PlayStation Party with him. He goes, "These edibles ain't shit." 10 minutes later, I'm so cold.
It's because they hit, man. Like you think at the beginning, like I had one right when we started, and I'm feeling it now. So like it takes a while to hit, and like when I first got here, because so a little bit of my weed history. I started smoking with my buddies after high school because I told my buddy because he was an avid pot smoker
Yeah.
for a while. I'm not going to name names, but he was an avid pot smoker for a while, and I wouldn't say it was a problem. It's not. It's just like his dad was a smoker, so he would smoke with his dad. And then eventually, like he brought in, like his dad was like, "Your friends can come over and do it. Just make sure to repay me for whatever you guys use." So I was like, "Cool, cool, you know." But I kept telling him like, "No, no, no. Wait till I'm 18, because then it's not legal, but I'm not like a minor doing it. You know what I mean?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So I started when I was 18. I did it once a month. And that's why I would drink and smoke, so I get faded. And then eventually, it would be like an everyday thing because I used to work. Now he company nonsense. We're all working together again, but for a bit I wasn't working with him, and I would come over after work, freaking smoke up, and then like go about my day after work. Go home, get dinner, hang out with him for a little bit longer. So it was becoming more of a regular thing. So when I got down here, all I had was my pen and whatever. I had like a little edible left from like one of our bake days.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, it's gonna suck that I'm not gonna be able to do this anymore. And then we're going to this Domino's style pizza place that's down here called Hungry Howie's, and next door is a vape store. And I'm like, oh cool, maybe I can get some more weed for my vape, like under the counter stuff. And I walk in there and I see walls of like gummies labeled like THC, CBD, like all this. And I'm like, so I'm asking questions, and the person that rang me up is actually from Medford.
That's awesome.
They're like, I moved here from Medford. I'm like, that's insane. I moved here from fucking Oakdale. Like, it's crazy. So a lot of people down here are from New York. Some of our friends are from Buffalo, and I'm like, nobody wants to be in New York anymore.
Because it's the cost of living.
I know, it sucks. I'm able to afford a 2-bedroom apartment here, and it's triple the price up in New York for a 2-bedroom.
I'm aware because right now, this is not even considered a 2-bedroom where I am. This
like
is considered a
1.5?
and a den. Hence why you see like a back door right here.
Oh, you're in the den?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is now like 22 a month.
I pay 15. And that's like with all my bills attached. It's normally like 14. So like you should tell your dad and you guys should come down to where I'm at, because I'm in the Long Island of North Carolina. I still got like the fast food mile. I'm near the city. I'm 20-minute drive away from Charlotte.
I know about
20-minute drive away from Bumfuck. Like
I know about the fast food mile. My mom lives in Concord.
Oh yeah, I forgot some of your family lives down here, so you know what's up.
Yeah, but she has a fast food mile. She has Shake Shack. No, wait. Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake rocks, dude.
She has Bojangles. Bojangles fucking hits.
I can't eat chicken anymore.
Why?
So, okay, hold on. Let's do backwards again real quick. Back to one of my weed stories. So, I went to go buy more weed recently. Yeah. I went to restock on my gummies, and I got in there. It wasn't the same chick. It was a different person. It was a guy, and I was like, "Hey, can I know what I want." I go and I'm like, I get the same thing. It's $60. It's fairly priced. $2 a gummy.
That's
$2 a gummy makes sense. So I pick it up, and he's like, "Hey, just so you know," he's like, "we have mushroom gummies," and I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Are you advertising to me right now? And he's like, it's a little bit of mushrooms in a gummy, and he's like, it's not like a large amount, so you're not gonna get fucked. He's like, it's just, you start to see a little bit, the colors are poppy, and he's like, sounds are fun, and he's like, there's a little bit of like wigglies, and I'm like, maybe next time, but not right now. I'm good, thank you though. So if I see him again when I go restock, I might take him up on the offer because I want to try it.
I might send you some money to ship them down here.
Dude, just go visit your mom, and then one of the days come hang out with me.
Well, no, because
we'll pick you up. Concord's like 20 minutes away.
Well, I'm gonna be with my mom. Like, I'm not gonna be in a hotel. I'm gonna be at her place the entire time.
Yeah, well, I'll come pick you up for one of those days.
That's true.
Yeah, you come vibe at my place. Just eat a mushroom gummy and die on the couch. So I don't know. I didn't see it advertised anywhere besides him telling me. So I'm thinking it may be a little bit more of a like under the table thing. But if he brings it up again next time I see him, I'm definitely gonna be like, how much? And if it's
Yeah.
reasonable for like a decent amount, I'll be like, fuck it. Because the
Yeah.
problem with mushrooms is it's either a good high or it's a bad high. There's no in between. But if it's a low amount and it comes in like an edible form instead of just like here's a mushroom, eat it, then I think I'll be fine.
It's either you see shit or you see shit.
Yeah, like either the devil's chilling with you or the devil's chasing you. No in between.
Yeah. Okay, so why can't you eat chicken?
So back in, sorry, back in, was it 2015? I came back from one of the city trips for one of my it was a graduating year for me, and I was trying to lose weight because I'm a big boy. I was trying,
Yeah.
obviously it didn't work. So I was on more of a chicken-based diet, and one day I take a bite of the chicken and I swallow it, and then I take a sip of water, and I feel like it's stuck, the water, and I'm like, okay, so I spit the water back up. I'm like, that's weird. So I took another bite of food, and then it got stuck, and I threw it up, and I'm like, so there's something in my throat. I could breathe, so I was fine,
Yeah.
but there's something stuck in my esophagus that won't come out. So we went to the emergency room because I have to eat, and I couldn't eat or drink. So even though I was breathing,
Yeah.
after like 10 days, I would die. So we went to the emergency room, and they told me that some of the chicken, and bear in mind it was like bear chicken, but it gets worse. It was just like it was stuck in my throat, and some of the cells around my esophagus were quote unquote allergic and were inflamed. So they put me under. I had an eosinophilic esophagitis is what it's called, and they gave me an endoscopy, which they shove a tube down my throat, break up the impacture, soothe it a little bit, and they pull it out. It's like in that episode. It's like a breathing apparatus in like Star Wars, where it's like thing on your mouth and
Yeah.
and it's like a fucking
Yeah.
pipe. Yeah, it's like that. So I had one of those, and then I was fine. And then 2 years later, I am I'm on a date with Courtney, one of our first dates, and I eat a piece of chicken, and I'm like, fuck. But I was able to get it out, so I was fine.
Good. Good.
And then a couple years later, it was probably a year later when I was with the college group. I was working with one of them, they who shall not be named, and their mom made like a chicken wrap. And I was like, that hasn't happened in years, whatever. And they didn't want to finish it, so it was like cut in halves. They gave me one half, they had another. And I was like, okay, cool. So I took a bite and got stuck again. I was like, fuck. I was like, maybe, because last time it was like bear chicken, now it was breaded chicken. So I was like, maybe it's, originally I thought it was just like the bear breast.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wait, but this has panko on it. So I was like, maybe it's like panko. But then I had panko chicken at some other point. So it's just really weird. So then I thought it was like a spice. So we did an allergy test. I'm allergic to nothing besides the test variable, which is something that you're always allergic to because it's like it's just an irritant. So nothing comes of that. COVID hits. Easter COVID. The first like round of COVID.
Yeah.
2020. It was Easter. I went to the hospital because I had a piece of chicken. Got stuck because I go in waves. Like I could eat chicken nuggets. I just can't eat like chicken breast. I think it's the meat that's dry. It irritates me. So, and by the way, this only gets worse. It's about to get bad.
Oh,
so
God.
This was 2 years ago. Obviously COVID, and I ended up getting it out, but I went to the endoscopy anyway just in case, and they told me it was all gone. They wanted me to do this, blah blah blah. So I avoided chicken for a while, but I still ate like chicken nuggets because processed chicken for some reason worked. So then cut to when I first moved here, and it's been 2 years since it happened. I'm fine. I've been eating Wendy's chicken nuggets for like the last 2 years or so. Like I'm doing great with certain chickens. Like I can eat chicken parm, just every once in a while I got. So we went to Golden Corral because I was a fan when I was a kid, and despite what you guys say nowadays, it's fine. It's not great. It's fine.
I didn't like it that much because I picked that up on a road trip to North Carolina when my mom was moving into her apartment.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it.
So I was like, you know what? I was like, I haven't had an incident in a while. I was like, I want to try some of the chicken here. So I took one bite, literally one bite, a small bite, and I was done. I went to the bathroom, and I was trying to get it out because I didn't want to tell my parents or anything that I was like stupid. So I'm in the bathroom, and I'm in like the stall, and I'm like swallowing like handfuls of water from the sink, and then I get a little cup, and then I'm trying to get it out, and eventually I start throwing up blood because it must have like because when you're trying to throw something
Yeah.
up, it like moves like your esophagus, so it must have like torn a little bit. So I was throwing up blood into the bathroom, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I got out of the bathroom, like out of the stall, and went to the
Yeah.
sink. Not much better, by the way. So I'm in front of the sink. Instead of being private, I'm in front of people now. I'm in front of the sink, and I'm just like sitting over there, like, oh, because I'm sweaty and I'm dripping stuff from my mouth and from my nose because I'm just trying to vomit. And um, and this one old guy's here, and he's looking at me, and he just walks out. I'm like, cool, thanks. I'm literally throwing up blood next to you, and you're just gonna walk away? Lit. So I'm throwing up like pieces of chicken that are coming out, and like I can
Yeah.
like my chest hurts now because the where it's at, where the esophagus is, it's torn, so it hurts. So I'm just throwing up blood, and I'm throwing up some of the chicken pieces, and all of a sudden this one guy comes in. He walks in, and I look up at him, and I go, and he sees like blood everywhere, and he goes, nope, and leaves. He straight up looks at me, and goes, nope, and walks away. I'm like, thank you for your help. So then I go, so I leave all the blood in the sink, by the way. I try my best to get it out, but there's still like chunks of food and blood that won't go down in the sink, so I'm just like, I leave. I just leave. I clean up the blood and I can, and I leave. And I go to my mom and my dad, and I'm like, I need to go to the hospital. And they're like, why? I'm like, because I threw up blood in the sink, and I think there's chicken stuck in my throat. So they go, okay, does it hurt? I'm like, oh, I was throwing up blood, so let's go. It was like for my birthday, too, so it was cool.
Yeah.
So then when we go to the hospital, I'm sitting there, and I'm just fucking like, this sucks. Turns out I did get all the pieces out. It just hurt a lot because it was scratched up and torn. So I did get everything out, but I went for an endoscopy like 3 weeks later, and they told me that my esophagus is like small. I have like a small esophagus. I'm like, that's cool. So they want me to like expand it, but I don't have the money for that. So I just keep pushing it off. But yeah, so it escalated from that one time it hurt to I threw up blood in like the course of 4 years, or technically 6 years. So yeah, I just avoid all chicken altogether now. So no chicken nuggets, no chicken breast, no chicken patties. I just have to suffer with no chicken, and it sucks because I like chicken nuggets, but
I can't live like that because you know me.
you're the chicken nugget fiend. Yeah, no,
I
it
am a
sucks
chicken
because like
connoisseur.
yeah, because Courtney loves chicken. That's like her favorite thing, but she doesn't get it as much anymore because I can't eat it and she feels bad. And I'm like, don't. I'm like, get whatever the fuck you want. She still gets nuggets when we go out to like Donald's or Wendy's, but she doesn't like have any in the house,
Because like, oof.
So yeah, I can't eat chicken. It's a blast.
Like for me, I hate like certain types of meat. Like I can't eat.
Oh, Courtney's like that. She doesn't like pork, and she doesn't
I'm okay
like
with
dry
pork.
stuff except for turkey.
I hate meatloaf with a burning passion.
What? I love meatloaf. It's just meat and ketchup.
I know, but
Ball.
I know,
You can
but
throw
like
bacon and cheese in there too.
it's those stereotypical like.
Is it the consistency that you don't like?
Yeah.
Like you don't like the mouthfeel? Yeah, that's fair.
Also,
I don't like the mouthfeel of pickles, but I like the taste. If that makes sense.
So like I have this thing. I don't like. So I have trouble swallowing certain foods.
Mm-hmm. Like
So
your body
like
rejects it.
Well, yeah, if I have to have something to wash it down with. If I don't, I'm just gonna keep on chewing it up and chewing it up.
It just sounds like you don't like it.
No, this has always been a thing. I actually like some of this food. I just can't swallow it. My body just won't let me go through the process of swallowing.
That's fucked.
Because I actually had to force myself to do it one day. I was out camping with my Boy Scout troop.
Boy Scouts.
And we had venison. Like it was just deer meat. And I normally have something to wash it down in.
Mm-hmm.
I had to force myself to swallow it, and I almost threw up.
Oh, dude. So like, I'm not really a big steak guy because I gotta like steak is, if it's not done right, it's too chewy, and I just end up chewing it forever.
Yeah.
So Dan makes a mean steak. I ate his steak when we went for PAX back in 2018, 2017. Whenever we were all going to PAX together. I don't know if you were there, but J and K were there, and Dan was there too, and he's like, "I'm making steak for everybody." So, and I
As
actually
you
ate that.
say
It was
J
pretty
and
good.
K, are you talking about like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
well on if J and K were both there, then
I
I
thought
was
you were
there.
there too. I thought you were there
Then
too,
I
but I
was
don't
there.
remember. I might not have.
Because
We might not have been buddies at that point. You might have just been
because
somebody that we all knew. But
no,
Chris,
no,
but
no. This is when I was this is when I was secretary of the gaming club.
oh no, it was the semester right before that.
K didn't go then because
No, it
K
was
was
the.
not involved yet.
Oh, was he not? I thought he may have went.
Well,
Maybe
no,
it was just no. He was there. He was there.
if we're talking about like
It was when Sarah was.
another
It was when Sarah was still the president.
okay, yeah. So this
That's
was
the year I
before.
went.
Okay, yeah. So this was before I gave a shit about you guys really.
That's nice. no,
Let's be
I get it.
honest.
No, I get it. But yeah, no. So that was when I went, and I had steak there, and it was good. But most steak, I just don't like. I love beef, like
Mm,
beef and like just I was gonna say steak, like steak bits, like steak
yeah.
buns. They're good. Like I like that sort of meat. It's just if it's not cooked right, I'm just chewing it forever, and then it becomes dry, and then I gotta spit it out or just like die. And it becomes like meat gum, and I don't want that. I don't want meat gum. No meat gum, please.
No, it's just like me. I just can't swallow certain foods.
It sounds like you get a meat gum. What else can't you swallow?
Um, that's
Besides
really like
venison.
so like
Or is venison just
I
the
can't
biggest one?
so like it's certain foods like I even have this problem with pasta. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
to like chew it and then have something to swallow it down with.
Mm.
It's something that I've always done since I was a kid, so it's probably one of those.
Oh, it's like a reaction thing now.
Yeah,
Yeah. You never grew out of it, so you're just like, here I am as an adult.
because like
Stupid.
well like
Can't eat
I had
food.
my friend had invited me over. I think I had pasta with her
Oh.
before. I had pasta and she made meatballs. So I was like, okay, cool. I was able to eat it. I also hate tomato sauce, but she also like just drenched this fucking meatball in
I'm
tomato
more of an
sauce.
alla vodka sauce. Oh, dude, speaking of that, I had another incident with my with my
Oh
chicken thing,
boy.
but it wasn't chicken. It was with actual noodles. I think that one just got stuck in my throat though because it was really dry. I ended up
Mm.
getting that out in like an hour, but it was annoying because I was like, now it's not just chicken, but I think it was just an irritant
Yeah.
because of me recovering from the old one and then blah blah blah. So sorry, continue.
No,
You,
but
you bring up pasta made me think like, oh, there was another one.
since you know me and my vendetta with tomato sauce and tomato based
Yeah, you
products,
don't really like ketchup either. Courtney doesn't like ketchup though. She's
but
like, fuck this. I'm like, what?
just with so she had just drenched this thing in tomato sauce. I wiped it all off. I ate the meatball.
You white. She drenched it in sauce, and you're like, no, thank you.
Oh, no, because she also knows I hate tomato sauce. She's like, oh, sorry, that was my bad on that one. But yeah, I ate that, and I was like, yeah, this is not that bad. But I hate that I have to have something to rinse it down with. That's just like one of those things. I feel like I'm insulting people when I do that.
Oh yeah, that just comes from childhood trauma.
So yeah, it's never an insult. It's always just how I have to process food throughout my body.
Oh yeah, every once in a while we'll be sitting at like a restaurant, and Courtney will eat like 90% of her meal, and she's not even like she's full. She takes a bite, and then she's like, can't can't swallow this. Her body just straight up starts rejecting food after a little bit. I
That's what
think too
happens.
much of something, it just says no.
That's what happens to me with like McDonald's. If I get like a lot of food from there on days I'm like I'm hungry, I can go for like 40 nuggets and just like die. And I'm down to like the last like 4 nuggets, and I'm like, put one in, can't swallow this.
Well, it sucks.
I can't swallow this. I have to spit it out, or else I
so,
will die.
so 35 nuggets is your limit.
Probably. But yeah.
Oh, dude,
Food.
speaking of McDonald's, over in New York, do they have something called a basket of fries?
Not yet.
Okay, we have that down here, and it's basically just like a large and a medium put together. But
It's an
like
extra large fry.
essentially, yeah, it's like a large and a small or large and a medium thrown into like a little bit of a tray instead of like one of the red cup things
Yeah.
they have. And I was just like, is this a South thing or is this just like an everything? And you saying that not yet means that it might be coming.
It might become because I've heard of it. Like
Mhm.
I know it's a thing. It's like there's one McDonald's in North Carolina that I know of that has kind of like the Coke Freestyle machine, but not really.
Hmm.
where like you can have like a raspberry Dr Pepper.
Ooh, yeah, that's
And
I think that's a Coke Freestyle. The reason why most McDonald's don't switch over to the Coke Freestyle is because they have their own brand of Coca-Cola. Do you know about this? The whole McDonald's like Coca-Cola thing?
I know about the Sprite thing, but not about like the
Yeah,
whole entire other
so
thing.
McDonald's has, we'll talk about Starry and Sierra Mist and Sprite soon, but
Oh, hold on a second.
McDonald's has been like one of the original, there it is. It's pretty solid. One of
Yeah.
the original like startups, essentially. Coca-Cola and McDonald's, like one of the original like partnerships they made. You can see it in the Michael Keaton movie. They talk about it. Um, so back in the day, Coca-Cola made like a specialty like enhanced flavor, I guess, of Coca-Cola for specifically McDonald's, I guess, to enhance something, or I don't know, but like if you get it out of a bottle or a can or a liter, or if you get it out of the freestyle machine, it doesn't taste the same as you get it from McDonald's. McDonald's Coke is next level. It's like a whole thing. There's like I saw a bunch of videos on it. I started researching because I was like, "There's no way this is true." Oh, it's
Well,
apparently
see,
a
but
thing.
at that point, just keep your formula and bring in the Coke Freestyle
I
machines.
think the machine might not let it happen because the way they have like the things set up, I think it's I don't know because the
Well,
faucet. My mom doesn't like the freestyle machines because if I want to use like Mellow Yellow or Fanta or even like throw a flavor onto Coke or Dr Pepper, like the spout is it's the same spout. It's not the same bag. It's the same spout with the flavor injected into it. So my mom's like, you can taste all the drip off from all the other sodas, and I'm like, that's why I get the fruity ones because I don't care, but she
well,
gets like
it's
Coca Cola specifically.
like with this McDonald's though in North Carolina, it wasn't a Coke Freestyle. It was how the machine is set up,
Yeah, but it's the
but you
same
have to
thing.
like press the flavor you want with it.
It's probably just like an advanced McDonald's soda machine. It might be one of the newer ones that they're trying to push out because I
It
haven't seen
looked
any.
really nice.
Is it over by Concord?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe I'll take a trip out there to go to that special ass McDonald's.
Because like I have to remember correctly because this was a long time ago because I don't
Mhm.
get McDonald's when I'm down there anymore. I
Because there's a
get
lot of other stuff like Cookout and Steak and
yeah,
Shake to hit up that
this
isn't
is
up in
Steak
New
and
York.
Shake,
Showmars is down
Bojangles.
here. Showmars is good. Bojangles is good. Hardee's is good.
I've not had Hardee's yet.
Hardee's I think is better because Hardee's has more of a selection. Bojangles is all chicken, so I really can't eat there anymore.
Well, I
But they
love
got bomb
Bojangles.
ass fries. Bojangles fries are ridiculous.
Yeah, no, like
They did drive. That's not bad.
it but it's that like, I don't get McDonald's when I'm down there anymore though. It's just
Oh,
that
because there's a lot of other stuff to do. Plus, your mom probably wants to cook you at least one meal. You know,
that I would begrudgingly eat.
you're like, I'd
um,
rather McDonald's, honestly.
it's like there's good food there, and I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I like going to North Carolina, but also I hate the heat of it.
Dude, it's not that bad. Global warming, it's not that bad. So, like,
During the summer, man, it is fucked.
dude, I was hot for 2 days. That's it.
When I went. So the last time I was in North Carolina was like I spent a long time there.
Hmm.
Was summer of 2021
Okay.
because
So,
I went there
cool.
for my birthday because I went there for an AEW show because AEW was happening in Charlotte
Nice.
and we went to Carowinds the next day like for my birthday.
Yeah, my
Oh my god,
Courtney's friends are big into Carowinds. I don't want to go because I don't like amusement parks, but they keep trying to get
it's
me to go.
fun. It's fun.
I don't like the rides. I'm a very queasy person, so
Well, yeah, they do have a roller coaster that goes 325 feet in the air.
pass.
I have
I
been
also
on
don't
it
like
4
heights too
times.
much. I don't have a fear of heights. I just don't like it. If that makes any sense.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, if I fall, I die. So pass.
True.
Like I don't get like that whole thing where it's like it seems like it's way too far away and I'm getting a headache. Like I don't get like that vertigo shit. I just go, if I fall from here, I die. So pass.
But like depending on things, I might be visiting North Carolina in March. I'm not 100% sure
Keep me posted.
because they like so at this theater they have these movies with live orchestras.
Oh, okay.
I went there like a few years ago. I saw Back to the Future with a live orchestra.
Nice.
Beautiful. Now in March, between March 17th and March 18th, they're doing Return of the Jedi with a live orchestra.
Ooh, that might be dope.
I'll send you that stuff if you want to take Courtney there to see it.
Yeah, definitely hit me
I'll
up for
send you
that.
that
I'm
photo
definitely gonna
of
look
it.
into it. But let's go home. Yeah, so yeah, if you're visiting, definitely hit me up.
Because I might not do this because when it's March and it's not within a break period for me.
Yeah, we can still
But hey,
come up at
if you
some
want to
point.
go there, I sent you the link
Yeah,
on
so
Discord.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out at some point.
'Cause it's an experience and a half. It is so cool.
Oh no, I bet. I'm trying to plan a cabin trip with the boys up in Pennsylvania to do something, and
I will
then
never stay in a cabin again after my fucking birthday last year.
oh, I need to hear this, but give me one sec, and then I'm planning on. So for those of you who don't know, because you, how would you? I write comic books now. I still have a day job, and I write comic books on the side. And I have a couple comic books coming out this year, mostly near the end of the year. So I'm trying to plan a trip to go to the local comic shop I used to work at, Android's Amazing Comics in Sayville, to do a signing. So I'm planning on doing a trip sometime in July or October, somewhere in
All
that
right.
range. So what was your cabin birthday
So
experience?
I like to go on record, on and off the record. I did not want to go to this fucking cabin.
I
I
mean, you
wanted
didn't
to
get
stay home.
murdered, so that's good.
Well, I wanted to stay home for my birthday. I wanted to hang out with friends.
Yeah, man, everybody likes a chill birthday.
And my mom's like, "No, no, you're coming with me and your sister and your sister's boyfriend to Tennessee." And I'm like, "I don't want to do this." And my sister goes, "You're doing this." And I'm like, whatever."
That sucks.
So we get there. We rent out this Airbnb cabin in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in Tennessee.
You gotta. You gotta.
And
Bumfuck's the best.
no cell service at all. No Wi-Fi in this cabin. This cabin didn't even have a landline to
Now,
call for emergencies.
you at least need Wi-Fi in a cabin. All the Airbnbs I'm looking at, I'm like Wi-Fi mandatory. Like I need to
It's
be a way to call people if I die, if I'm in
it
trouble.
was bad. Like there was no cell service and no
Was it
landline.
at
So
least like a nice cabin in a nice area?
oh yeah, it was like about like 10 minutes away from Gatlinburg, I think,
Okay.
which is like a nice area.
Yeah.
Um
So
but like I
it was a
just
nice cabin, but you wanted like you didn't want to be unplugged.
yeah, I said like and if we ever do this again, if we cuz Gatlinburg is redneck right wing central. There was like 5 Trump stores in a row.
Oh man, well they don't have those anymore, so
No, they still have them. They still have them.
R.I.P.
Yep. Um but yeah, it was just like it was annoying. I didn't want to go on this fucking trip to begin with. I wanted to be home
Mhm.
and hang out with friends cuz
No, I feel it.
I love my friends to death. My friends are my family.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You're the
like
boys.
okay, and like I think my mom knew it was a very shitty experience. I did not like this that much, so
Well,
she
because
apologized for it.
was it like a birthday present to you, or was it like something last minute where she was like, "Oh, Zach's visiting, let's bring him."
No, no, no. It was like something that was planned out because my mom wanted to do something,
hmm But
and
they
I'm like,
didn't
I don't know
consult
what to
you.
do.
I would have been like, "Do you want to go to a cabin?" And you would have been like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay,
Well, no, I
next."
was guilt tripped into going. I was
Oh, I
legit
love
guilt
me a
tripped,
good guilt trip.
and I was like, fuck. So dealt with it. I did have my fun moments. I did have like the fun
Mhm.
times, but like overall, was it like an experience I want to go through again? Absolutely the fuck not. I rather go to Niagara Falls again for my birthday.
Niagara Falls is lit. Courtney wants to go back to Canada, but we're way too far away now for it to be like a feasible drive. So we're gonna have to fly
Yeah.
somewhere over there, and it's like, ugh.
If you, I recommend doing like the New York side so that we don't have to deal with passport shit.
Yeah.
Um, Going from Buffalo, like fly from wherever you can fly from, which I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
Charlotte Airport.
it is the Charlotte Douglas Airport,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, Courtney wants to go back upstate too to visit some of her friends, so we might make it like a mega trip. That could be fun.
But if you come down in July, let me know. I will try
Oh yeah,
to go.
July or October, man.
I will try to go to the signing.
Yeah, man, I'll let you know. I'm gonna make a mass message to all my buddies, like, "Hey, make it look like I'm famous. Come to the store, please."
Take a selfie with you.
Yeah, make it look like I'm hot shit, you know.
Like, oh my gosh, I've heard about this guy.
And just go, "Oh, this guy sucks. This guy's great. Let's go." So, yeah, I'll post about it on socials if people want to come by. So
you mentioned something about Starry and the
yes.
Sierra Mist.
So, you mentioned Sprite, and what did you were gonna say about Sprite and McDonald's? Do they also have a special syrup?
They have to. That shit hits differently.
Oh, I haven't had Sprite in a while. Next time I go to McDonald's, though, I'll get Sprite instead of Coke, and I'll see if it hits different than regular Sprite. I got regular Sprite at home, and it's fine. I use it for mixing drinks mostly, but it's fine.
This is really good. This is.
I feel like it's just Sierra Mist, but with like more flavor.
Well, no, it's Sierra Mist with corn syrup versus cane sugar. That's all that it is.
Oh, that's the difference?
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes better, so.
Well, yeah, because we're so used to the corn syrupy bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like the corn, not the corn syrup, the cane sugar or whatever the old one was. I feel like it was like not, I don't know, bubbly enough. Like it didn't taste like a soda. It tasted like a weird drink. I don't know.
That's fair.
This one tastes more like a lemon lime soda that isn't Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I don't know what's better though, Sprite or Starry. I would need 2 cans and I'd have to do a taste test. But I like the packaging on Pepsi products more than I like the packaging on Coke products.
Yeah, because Coke is gone. Yeah, because Coke is more like just a uniform.
Coke is like, we know we're good. You'll drink us. And Pepsi is like, we got to make our shit look tight. Besides Mountain Dew, they have like nothing.
This is a very hot take. Pepsi, like Pepsi Cola is better than Coca-Cola.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think Pepsi is too fizzy for me.
Pepsi is smooth, and Coke for me has a bite. It has like a nice sharp edge to it.
I think I like the bite. I don't know. I haven't had plain Coke in a while. I only get Coke when I go to McDonald's because it's got the special flavor and it's so good. I usually just drink Mountain Dew because I'm a loser.
Oh, do you guys have this? I'm not finished this yet.
Oh, Doritos 3D. Oh, minis. No. I haven't had them yet.
Fuck ton in this can.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. I don't know why they put it in a fucking Pringles can though. Like you're gonna get your fucking hand stuck in there. I hate that shit. Pringles are stupid.
And then also I need to figure out if they make edible versions of these.
The gummy clusters. Dude, they have a edible Nerds Rope. It's very similar.
I'm aware they have like the Nerds Rope because I saw Ted Nevison talk about his experience with. He had thought it was a normal Nerds Rope because he already had smoked a bowl.
Oh no!
So he had ate a 400 milligram THC Nerds Rope and just died.
Yeah. So my buddy goes to. He used to work at Pizza Network over on Long Island. He's a teacher now, so maybe I shouldn't. You might have to bleep his name. But when he worked at Pizza Network, there was this. Every once in a while, the owner or one of the head pizza guys, the chefs, would go to like essentially a weed like a party, and he would make like weed buttered pizza and weed buttered garlic knots. And by the way, delicious. One time I texted my boy and I was like, "Hey man, has he got the pizza and the garlic knots? Get me some." And they were. It tastes just like pizza, but then the crust has a little bit of like weed butter on it, and the garlic the garlic knots are all. It was good. I honestly recommend it. Next time I'm up there, if they're still doing it, I'll hit him up. But he went to this like essentially it was like a convention, and he picked up like a bunch of edibles, and one of them was a Nerds Rope because I was like, give me something fun that isn't like, obvious. Like I don't want like a brownie that's gonna sit there because I mean I would eat it all in one go, but I hate picking off pieces of brownies. So he got me a Nerds Rope, and he's like, you cannot eat this all at once. He's like, it is 400 milligrams, like Nibizin. And he's like, you have to eat it in eighths. And I was like, okay, so you take one bite, it's an eighth essentially. It was pretty good. For the pizza and the garlic knots, but it's pretty good. Got me where I was going. But I like my gummies now, and I like just smoking. I'm more of a I don't know. I like smoking more than I like eating edibles.
With these, There's actually a recommendation. You're not supposed to eat the whole strip.
It's a strip? I thought it was like a gummy.
Ugh. Hold on. This fucking packaging sucks.
Oh yeah, I hate the package. It's because I gotta seal it up. Oh man, I can understand why that would get you fucked. It's like a whole ass strip. I got like a legit. It's like a legit peach ring.
It's called a sour belt. So
Yeah, I know that kind of candy, but like from what the packaging looked like, from what I could see, it looked like it was like a legit gummy.
oh, I thought it was that too.
Oh my god, look at
Yeah.
my camera. It's just a gummy. So like I can eat that and it's 50 per, and there's 30 in here.
That's 300 milligrams. There's 10 in there. I'm gonna be buying more, probably tomorrow.
Oh dude, you gotta get on my shit. My shit's crazy. 1,500. If you pop two, you're like pretty gone. I might pop a second one later.
Well, it's like what I need to see.
I want to be checked out.
Because like they have others on their site. Like they have Delta 8 stuff. I wish they had like a higher potency.
Well, you order everything online. I go to a store now because I don't like ordering drugs over the internet.
Well, this is not technically drugs. It's just
yes and no. I mean, marijuana. I don't even consider marijuana a drug anymore. Like, it's just it's so decriminalized in most locations anyway. I just see it as more of like a recreational hazard. Like, watch it when you do it. You know?
Yeah. I kind of wish there was more high potency stuff on, like, the internet.
I mean, there's a couple places that you can probably find some good stuff, but you know, it probably costs too much.
Because I use like two different types of sites. I use Exhale Wellness, not a sponsor.
Mm-hmm. Maybe in the future.
And they have like Delta 10 stuff. They have Delta 9, Delta 8. They have like Delta 10 gummies for like that's like $90 for 1,500 milligrams.
Oh, I get mine for $30 cheaper than that.
Oh yeah, because you got them from here. I think this also is like a subscription based website.
Oh, Delta 8's more potent than Delta 10. That's what it is.
Delta 8's more potent? Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. The most significant difference between 8 and 10 is that 8 is more potent. 8 has higher concentration of cannabinoids, making it much stronger. Delta 8 provides psychoactive effects that last much longer, whereas 10 is more of a sativa effect. So you get dumb, but you're like chilling. So maybe I got to see if they have Delta 8s at the store instead of the Delta 10s. Because I want more of the stupid rather than more of the chill. And while I appreciate the chill and the stupid I get from the 10, I want more.
I'm upset though that like so they have like 3 different flavors for the 300 milligram ones.
Mm-hmm.
We have green apple, strawberry, and blue raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
The strawberry is currently sold out, and the green apple is currently available along with blue raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, like, should I stick with the flavor that I know, or should I jump into green apple?
Green apple rocks, man. Get green apple. Fuck it.
I wish the strawberry was still available. Ugh.
It does say there's Delta 8 on there. It's called Vapor Smoke and CBD Delta 8 Matthews. That's where my it's no website though. Ugh.
Nice.
Got good reviews. Good for that.
And they do have a single strawberry strip for sale. Oh fuck it! I'll just get
one single strip.
Yeah, for like $9 for 300 milligrams.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's decent.
Yeah, that's a good price. No, they're wild though. All right.
Too bad I can't use that fucking. Is this thing still available to use? Yes, it is. Let's fucking go.
Rock and roll.
I'm gonna see if I can get paid today and just buy this now.
Yeah, I was gonna see. So going back, finishing up this episode, our little catch up, and
an hour 40 is decent.
Yeah. What are your plans for the future of jobs besides maybe finessing Ethan Page?
Worst case scenario, I go back to retail.
Mm-hmm.
That's like legit the worst case scenario.
You doing online school now, right?
Yeah, everything's online.
Oh,
fuck my math teacher. Fuck my math teacher. You just reminded me. So I'm doing everything online, thinking I can easily squeak by and cheat. For
I
the
feel
exams,
that.
I have to pay for every exam he gives.
Oh, is it his exam?
Yeah, so
I
it's
like
like
it when the
15.
teachers are like, "This is my book. You have to pay for it, and it's $120." It's like,
Well,
frick you.
it's not even that. It's like it's the exams run through the website. It's like $15 an exam. I now also have to do a 360 scan of my room,
Oh yeah, because they got to make sure you're not cheating. Yeah.
which is stupid.
I get it. Don't get me wrong. And that mostly came about during COVID times. I remember doing school before
But
COVID,
also, like a
and you
school
didn't have to
in
do those
Ohio,
fucking things.
a school in Ohio outlawed it because it was like an invasion of
It
privacy.
is an invasion of privacy, but otherwise you're cheating, and then they could, take away your credits. So at the same
Yeah,
point, like I get it,
yeah, but
but
I cheated my way through Japanese too. So
Google Translate.
Google Translate.
I remember
I had a
back in
site that like
I remember
that
back in
like
high school. Oh, sorry.
no, I had a site that like would translate like so I would have to write it in a certain way.
Yeah,
So I would drop it into this website and it would put it into the right form that I would have to write it in.
nice.
If
You know,
somehow my Japanese professor hears this, I'm sorry. I did learn.
yeah, you learn. You know the words. Like I still know some of the Spanish words that when I used to take Spanish in high school. Like Courtney's currently doing Duolingo just to learn Spanish because it's helpful anywhere because basically half the population speaks it nowadays, and it's sorry. It's I remember back in high school when they were like, "Don't use Google Translate to solve this. They do it wrong." And I'm sitting there like,
They don't.
"Sure, sure." Well, that's what
Sometimes.
they would tell you because they don't want you to cheat. They want you to learn.
Well,
So like I was using Google
sometimes it
Translate for
picks it
my
up.
work it's because it's like a grammatical thing. Like how sometimes we use certain inflections in our voice to indicate like different types of speech.
Yeah.
Like that's what they were saying. Like Google Translate doesn't understand that, or at least it didn't back in 2012, 13.
But
So.
but no, so like career wise, I'm either like I'm if worst case scenario, I go back to retail or work at
At least
fast
for
food,
now. Yeah.
and then I might try to hopefully something picks up with like the show that I host.
Exactly. I just think you might benefit from doing both live and edited content.
Well, yeah, that's what we are trying to do. Like on our YouTube channel, we have like 2 edited videos, I think.
I mean, because I'm a bit like I don't like live streams just because I feel like live streams are just like less condensed podcasts. So like if you were to do like you should legit turn it into like you still do your live streams after the event, but you should do like a podcast as well, talking about just wrestling stuff you want to talk about.
Well, it's like so we have 2 edited
You still have
videos.
some
We
under
have.
the ring in there too. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna like erase that content.
Can't erase history.
I can't because also some of those videos have a lot of likes and views on them.
Yeah, I mean it's dumb, but yeah, they're fun.
So like we have like the 2 from the Pro Wrestling Injection. We have my promo that I did to call out Carl. Then we have the old stuff that I
Yeah, I see
worked
your
on.
promo. Outlaw calls out Carl the Chosen. That still says from under the ring, so you're still going based off that.
Well, no, because that was when it was still from Under the Ring. That was 2020. It was still from Under the Ring at that point.
Yeah, when did you switch over to
Uh,
Injection?
when did we start? Oh, we started doing that in October of
Oh, I
that
see
year.
one right here from Under the Ring Deep Talk AEW versus WWE. Is that something I did or is that something you did with the boys? I don't remember that one. That was from 2 years ago though. So our regular from Under the Ring episodes were 5 years ago. So I don't think so.
Yeah, I think everything that like has like the not so professional like thumbnails
Mm-hmm.
is when
Not
I
so
was.
professional. I mean, look, I'm looking at the Deep Talk, and it does have like my stupid ass outline and my logo on it.
Oh yeah, because I took that from you.
No, I don't care. I made them for you.
But yeah, I pretty much like at that point everything was me. We started doing AEW Injection was the original name.
Yeah, and then just in case
it-
backlash, you guys were like, let's change it.
Well, no, because
Or did you guys cease?
yeah, because we got like hit with a copyright claim on our Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
So like
And you guys were like, just in
October
case.
October 2020 was when we debuted
Mhm.
the Injection, and then I took it from there. Then
Have you guys played the AEW wrestling game, or is it not out yet?
it's not out yet.
When it comes out, you guys should do like a let's play of it.
100%. I think me and my buddy Christian, who is my other co-host, we're gonna be probably doing stuff like that.
If they have like a campaign mode, you guys should definitely play through it, just to
Yes.
because you want to expand your content, and like I said, edited stuff is always really fun, and it gets your flexing, it gets your juices going for editing.
And now that I know OBS like the back of my hand, I can easily work with OBS.
Yeah, because you guys can even live stream the like YouTube live stream or whatever you guys else use, Facebook. You guys could even live stream there and then just
Facebook
edit the content down.
Market. Facebook is a dying market. Well, I don't know why the fuck we keep on filming it. We keep filming for it.
Just do YouTube live then.
I feel like asking him if he can put us on YouTube, because that's where the market's is hot.
Why don't you just do it through your channel? I'm looking at it right now, man.
I have to. I do have a Restream account for us to go live.
Well, you did put one on there, PWI NJPW WK17. It's an hour and 10 minutes. 3 views from 2 weeks ago. Is that one of your live streams that you got posted?
No, that's pre-recorded content.
Oh, sorry for blowing up your views then. I apologize.
That's okay. But the one underneath it is also pre-recorded. That had 42 views. That's also because I fucking.
It's also an awards thing, right?
Yeah, that's also because I trolled it the first time and called it PWI, so people thought it was Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Illustrated? Is that a
Yeah, that's an actual publication, PWI, but we don't use PWI too much as our thing. It's just our initials.
Oh no, I get it. Yeah, Pro Wrestling Injection. It's an unfortunate mishap. Well, not even, but injection is like, it works.
Yeah, that's why I kept it PWI for the New Japan thing, but didn't put a thumbnail on accident.
No, I get it, man. It's all good. But yeah, man, you guys should definitely keep going with some of the content you're doing. It's really good so far. And you can close this one out if you are ready to bounce. I feel like this is a good recap episode of everything we've been doing. And then hopefully we can just keep this momentum going into the next few episodes. Only cut out what you have to. There's like 2 things you got to cut out, I think. It's one name, and then it's that 12-minute time stamp.
Yeah.
So, and then this.
Nah, I'm going to keep this part in.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
So it's not like 3 things I have to cut out, and I have to listen to a full 2-hour-long conversation of hearing my voice and then hearing us repeat the same shit again.
I believe it's in around 57 minutes or something like that when I said... No, it might have been actually... Never mind. You'll figure it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll be painfully listening to it as I watch stuff off to the side.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, guys. Thank you for coming down and listening to Almost Dead, a podcast hosted by 2 20-somethings who are going through their quarter-life crisis and just want to check the fuck out. If you guys have stayed this long, we really appreciate it. We're going to keep trying to keep this consistent. And hopefully this takes off and becomes something awesome. Otherwise, we're just going to keep being stupid. I do want to do like an advice segment where we just either take people from Reddit or people want to like ask us questions on social media. We can give them advice from 2 mid-crisis 20-somethings who have no real life experience. It'll be great.
Yeah, the quarter-life crisis of being 25 and 26, right?
I'm 26 this year, yeah.
I'll be 25 this year.
Yeah, man, we're going through it. We're going through it.
Yep.
All right, guys, thanks a ton. Peace.
Peace.